We have come to the final area of the game, folks. Here we are at last. The King's Monument. And we're starting off with a story beat.
For 9 years, the king didn't paint a thing. Then he had a vision, a colossal monument of himself that would be his legacy for the ages. But he hadn't even finished painting the scale model, which was over 100 feet tall itself, when his powers began to fail.
Oh no! I guess when the king... I tell you, okay, to be fair, the king has a right to be depressed. Like, the thing he created, a female version of himself, that was pregnant with a child that could have given him the most happiness he could ever have, left him for no apparent reason. And for 9 years, you're depressed? I mean, for someone who's going through depression and therapy myself, yeah, that hurts. That stings. For 9 years, he did nothing except for building this. That's when his powers begin to fail. I mean, that's sad. Depressing. Oh, another story beat. What do we got here?
The king never finished another painting. Then one night he went to sleep and couldn't even finish his own dream. And he's been trapped inside it ever since.
Oh, it seems like he needs to be woken by the dream waker, huh? Isn't that us now? Isn't that what Monroe is? Is Monroe a dream waker? Or some type of magic to basically wake the king up now? Or is Monroe, all this is in his head, and Monroe is just sleeping? Maybe he's envisioned this all this time. Maybe he's still sleeping in the orphanage. Who knows? It looks like we need to take out some energy here so that we can get up those ladders. Yeah. Uh-oh. What did I just do? Oh no, it's flooding. No! Okay. That's what happens if you stay in the water for too long. Uh-oh. We gotta get up. Yeah! Gotta go. The water's rising. Apparently that entire lemon was basically holding up this island the entirety time. Oh goodness. Now we gotta go up here with virtually no lighting, knowing how to get around. Yeah, the island's sinking. That's not good. If the king is stuck here too, that's not a good sign either. The king's gonna drown. Oh boy. We gotta clear up. We gotta save the king. If the king is sleeping in this tower, which I know he is, from that picture, or from that thing from a couple of chapters ago, yeah, he's sleeping in this tower somewhere. We're gonna take care of that king pronto. Pulling ourselves out of this hole right here. Yeah. Go, go, go! Again, this is the most excitement this game is getting thus far, is the chase sequence. Platforming and a platformer, or a walking simulator for that matter. Goodness me. Ugh. Oh boy. There's lights. Good. As long as I see the light, and you will get it. Where the heck is this swan? In the back of his mind, Monroe is still figuring out where the heck this swan is, and hoping the best he can find. He heard the swan. There's the swan. Don't go away, swan. You're my only vision of light. Open this thing up. Oh boy. That's the king right there. Oh, that water went up fast. That must be a ladder. We can climb there, I think. Ugh. Oh, I have to go up the nostril of this thing? This is the place.
As Monroe stood there trying to think of something to say, the statue shuddered and the hatch slammed shut. And now there was no more need for talking. The king was awake.
Well, that's a bit of a shock. And that's it for chapter 3. Yeah, kind of a dark tale, all things considered. But we're now on to the final chapter of the game. Let's head into chapter 4, The King's Dream.
Ah, it's you, the boy from my dream. What a strange dream it was. My life's work was being destroyed, and all I could do was watch.
Come, sit here by the fire.
You can speak?
It all began right there, in the house I grew up in.
Very same house that we grew up in.
I heard a heavy knocking at the door.
Now we get unfortunate
Just like on the night
narration here.
I opened the door, but there was nothing there. Just white space.
White space? There's nothing of value here? Wow, King. What happened to all this white space here? Oh, yeah. Oh, goodness. I wonder, was that the same door we just went through at the start of the game? Kind of feels like that way. And what next happened, King?
But when I got outside, disaster. Some miscreant had painted everything. My garden was ruined.
I hope that I think we did this. Yeah, this is the first area of the game.
And then my statue spoke and said, "Help me! Some little hooligan is running around splattering everything in the garden. I think he's headed for the..."
What a muskrat!
Something got in my mouth.
Oh, that ink is very not... it tastes that... Oh, no! Well, we must get the muskrat! Curse this person who basically put ink around us. Monroe was very confused, but trying to figure it out.
Unfinished labyrinth, abandoned and forgotten.
Open and unforgotten. We're back here. Back here at the start of the game. What? What? Wait!
And then the credits appeared.
Oh.
Your dreams have credits?
Oh yes, and subtitles.
And being very meta with himself. And so, this is... Oh, I just died. I didn't die in my dream. Sorry, King. Sorry, my apologies. But yeah, this is it. This is the end of the game, folks. This is the credits. We actually have interactive level credits. Interesting to boot. Did we ever get that swan? No, we never got that swan in the first place. It was a fruitless adventure. But yeah, we actually have... See, it's... Okay, to be fair, I was hoping there'd be a little bit more to the story. But there isn't. This is it. So what did we come from this? That all this is a dream. A dream made by this person who was constantly asleep. Was that the case? Who was Monroe?
I saw my beautiful city strangled by those disgusting vines. I built it to stand 100 lifetimes, and instead, it'll be buried in one. A monument for weeds.
Well, that's what you get for trying to be perfect, King. When you basically didn't... You! The swan! It got bigger! Oh no, is it coming after me now? The revenge of the swan is apparent upon us. Come back here, swan. I still want you. Come here. I want to finish you with the silver paintbrush I have. Come on now. So yeah, this is kind of a cool interactive ending. I don't know. This game is, again, it's a glorified walking simulator with some quote-unquote puzzle elements. It's a fun little adventure. It gets you thinking about, you know, things in life. Things can't be perfect. Life isn't perfect, folks. I've come to realize that in multiple different times in my own life. From my early days in life as a kid up till now, I have seen difficulties happen to me on a constant basis. And it feels like this king guy kind of feels like the same way. He wanted to have a perfect kingdom, a perfect life. And everything he tried to do to make it perfect came out to be imperfect. And like, that's kind of unfairness to him. Whoa, what the heck's going on? Am I gonna fall off this ladder? Oh, don't make me fall off the ladder, please. Got a little more things on here so I can climb it. There we go. Oh, I still can't climb up this thing? Come on. There we go. Oh, whoa. What's going on? I got pushed back somewhere. Okay, there we go. A lot of stuttering. I'm not sure as to why. I never had stuttering when I was not recording this. For a time. Weird.
The dining hall was full of people, like the old days. It smelled like roasted goose. For a moment, I was happy.
And then they ate the goose. And then everything went into depression mode. Again, I love the art style this game technically went for. Everything. Like, this is it's a cool game concept. I wish there was some more meat to it, but there isn't. As you can see, there's a mirror here. And we find out we actually are the king in this level. We're not Monroe. We are the king, and obviously he doesn't have any rotation in his model right here. He's just the king. So have we been king the entire time? Has Monroe was a product of this guy himself? Something to consider.
Then suddenly, I was alone again.
And the swan was gone, and the goose was gone too.
Dark.
And it started filling with water.
My own death rising up around me.
Man, these are kind of cool credits, though. I'm not gonna lie, it's actually kind of a cool way to interact with the game. You can pick up a box and then chuck it up. Like this. Oh, you can now pick up objects for some reason. Oh, I can't get that now. That box is now long gone. Pull up the box and chuck it down here. Around my own box. There we go. If I fall off this box, I die. Or the king dies, anyway. But I mean, this is a very impressive game. Like, this is cool. Like, you know, it is a walking simulator, yes, and I keep repeating myself, but still.
The house I built, or started building, scarcely 10 years later, and the whole thing was in ruins. My works were meant
And there's also
to
even
last
balloons in
forever.
here too, so if you want to look around and
Most
collect those, you
of them will
can.
be gone before I am.
Ugh. Don't make me fall off. Ah!
I was at a funeral. My own, as it turned out. No one was there. Except you.
I was there. Monroe was here. At the funeral. At my own funeral. The Swan! Oh boy. Is that the giant now? Man, the king died in loneliness. Or he died in his sleep. Ugh, that's something to be... Monroe, you're walking on your own dad's grave. How unfortunate, how bad-mannered you are.
I saw my monument, my last hope of leaving something that would live on after me, and I began to walk towards it.
As we walk towards it...
And with each step I took, I got larger.
And he's not kidding.
I
We're
just
actually
kept
flying
growing
right now.
and growing like a teenager. With a gentle push, my monument crumbled and sank.
We actually get to see the world for what it is. This is the entire world of the unfinished Swan.
Soon it would crumble into
This is a cool
dust,
set
or be
piece, I'll
painted
give it
over by
that.
someone who would come after me, the same
Because we can see
time
where his kingdom was
what
from the
was
very
here
start.
before me.
We saw this boat trip he took out to get to this unfinished city of his. We saw how big the city was. We see the plaza where the palace was. And the Bay City. And we go over here where the forest was, that island. This entire world, his entire existence is all this. This is cool. You see the sun in the
When
distance.
the universe ended, I knew that everything I'd made was over. And as I sat there, looking out into the darkness, I thought back on all the things I'd built and left unfinished.
Well, you
I
should
realized
finish them.
something. I wasn't sad that it was all gone. I had fun making all that stuff. I would have done it anyway. And then, somehow I knew that when I woke up, all my work really would be destroyed. And that's when you showed up. I don't know how you got here, but I'm glad to see you. have something for you.
You?
This brush isn't mine anymore. My work is over. It belongs to you now. I hope it makes you happy, and that someday they will say, he is a better man than
No,
his
Goose.
father.
No, Swan, come back here with
That
my
door
own
will
brush.
take you anywhere you want to go. But leave quickly, child. None of this will last for long.
And that night, even though he was very tired, Monroe did something that would have made his mother very happy. He painted.
He finished The Unfinished Swan. And that is the game, folks. A quite somber tale. A tale that's full of interesting ideas, but nothing more than that. And that's the game, folks. Yeah, that is The Unfinished Swan, all done and dusted. You can go to the chapters button here and basically go to any of the chapters you saw fit and complete as many of the balloons as you want. Now, what do the balloons do? The balloons allow you to unlock toys. These toys were allowed you to unlock after by finishing the game. You can clean the canvas by clearing out these. There's all these little tools you can do, like concept art, like getting the hose. You can pick up blueprint boxes. They're unlocked after finishing the game. And you can get these presents here by collecting all the balloons. Or you can unlock all the chapters, the early access to the game. You can even get like stuff like a sniper rifle to shoot balloons with, with pinpoint accuracy. You can stop time with your shots and everything. There's a lot of cool little things you can play with, but nothing you can really do. Such as, pick up your blueprint boxes from before and go to that one chapter where you build a house and you can build stuff and everything. But overall, none of these things really matter in the grand scheme of things. They basically add more activities to the game. But this should have stuff like the picking up the boxes should have been like very early in the game. And personally though, it's nothing really special. The toys are not special, but in a sense though, there isn't really much to do after the game other than just walking through the puzzles again and go into these exits and getting to the exit screen here. You can go through the credits one more time if you wish. I believe the credits are the same things here as we saw before. There's our credits for you. And in the end, folks, that is The Unfinished Swan. It's a game that short, 2-hour game, and if you want to go, you can add maybe another hour to the game by getting all the balloons. But you get concept art, you get tools and things to play with and everything. Overall, I don't think this is a bad game. It's a walking simulator first and foremost, and it is kind of a somber tone of how to to express yourself. I guess through, like, the king thought he was a perfect being, and he found himself he couldn't be happy with everything he did. And well, I think in the long stand of things, the king realized that he's only a one person. He's a person that lives the life he didn't live. He lived his life to the fullest as best he could, but it never made him happy. And even his own self, his female version of himself that he made, did the same thing he did. Started creating things but were unfinished, and unfortunately passed away while basically giving birth to Monroe, and then Monroe did the exact same thing. But unlike the king and his wife, Monroe actually finished what he started, and that was to finish The Unfinished Swan that he had held so dear to his heart, made by his mother. And I guess in the end, folks, cherish the life you have with you. Like, life is short, and it's best to do what we can with the life and the time we have. So in a sense, spend time with family, spend time with your friends. Don't waddle in self-pity. Make sure you live life to the fullest, no matter what it is. And be satisfied. It may not be perfect. And you know what? Life isn't perfect at all either. But in the end, folks, live life to the fullest. Do what is best for you. And heck, these guys were an indie developed studio that was sponsored by Sony, and guess what? They're making games now. You know, they've made, I think up to this point was 3 games, but still, they're 3 great games, from my understanding. So, like I said, if you liked it, if you like walking simulators, this one can't do you any wrong. But don't get it on sale though. Personally, if you're desperate for a walking simulator that's really short, a quick paced thing, and do something small and everything, then let it be this game. I got this game for sale under the Steam Winter Sale, and I don't think I was wrong with buying this game. I want to support smaller games and whatnot. I think indie games are fun games to play. And for our first Let's Play of the year, I think this is a great way to start off this year with a bunch of new and exciting adventures. But what will be up on the dock for us next time, though? Well, that is going to be a little interesting. I figured we start off with a short game like this and start out and go after something big. As our life is, because my life isn't perfect, and I want to make sure that understanding by this game that, yeah, you know, making my own life and personally, I'm not perfect, but I try to go as best I can. In the end, I think we're going to make this year a great year to start off with. And it's the end-all be-all for this game and everything. I know, with a lot of credits, though. I might... Oh, is that at the very end? I hope it's the very end. Again, the thing, sometimes there's like always like there's like always really long credit sequence and everything, but especially for certain, like, many other games we'll play, we'll probably have to skip the credits altogether because how long they've done, but still, in the end, this is not a bad game. It's fun. For the most part, it's interesting in its concept. I did wish they did something more with it, really. But in the end, I think we'll skip the rest of this here. But that's all there's the credits there. But in the end, folks, that's the end of our tale here in the Unfinished Swan. As for the YouTube exit, thank you for watching. And until next time, everyone, you guys have a fantastic night. Take care. And I will see you around wherever the next story leads us. Wherever we go off to this year. See you guys then. Ta for now.